Everybody got your bulletins? Look inside your bulletin notes and follow along with me. We're going to pick up and continue with lion wars. So today we'll be talking about the second battle. Battle number 2, something else to learn when we're fighting our lions in our lives. Quit living as if the purpose of life is to arrive safely at death. Run to the roar. Everybody shout that. Shout it again. Set God-sized goals. Pursue God-given passions. Go after a dream that is destined to fail without divine intervention. Stop pointing out problems. Become part of the solution. Stop repeating the past. Start creating a future. Face your fears. Man, if there's anything greater I get across to you, face your fears. Fight for your dreams. Amen? Grab opportunity by the mane and don't let go. Live like today is the first day and the last day of your life. Burn sinful bridges. Blaze new trails. Live for the applause of the nail-scarred hands. Don't let what's wrong with you keep you from worshiping what's right with God. So many of us, man, we don't worship God because we're feeling depressed. Well, man, that's when you need to. Or you're feeling down. That's when you need to. Or you're getting hit with all kinds of junk in life. That's when you need to be worshiping what's right with God. Amen? Dare to fail. Dare to be different. And I don't mean different by being a big old weirdo. I mean be different in this world. Stand up for Jesus. Quit holding out. Quit holding back. Quit running away. Chase and kill the lion. See, the king of the jungle is fierce, loud, teeth bared, claws sharpened, ready to pounce at any given moment, ready to destroy, infinitely powerful. And they'll strike fear in the hearts of everyone when he roars. That's why most of us would rather see him at a safe distance than behind a cage, right? Lions. Run is what most of us would do if we came up close to one that was free. I mean, that's what normal people would do, right? But lion killers don't run away. The truth is, most of us, even though we may not have a literal physical lion, we are daily squaring off against lions. There's lions that are walking around in the middle of issues, sickness, relationship problems, reoccurring problems that are just as much a man-eater as if it had a mane and a nerve-shaking roar. Look at 1 Peter chapter 5. Everybody go to 1 Peter chapter 5. Are you there yet? Verse number 6, 1 Peter 5, verse 6 says, "Therefore humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him." Everybody say, "Casting all my care upon the Lord." Say that again. Now say it like a prayer to yourself. Why? Because he cares for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. resist him. How? By remaining steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same sufferings are experienced by your brotherhood in the world. So how do we become lion killers? How do we become efficient at killing our lions? How do we kill lions? How do we handle the beast that's trying to handle us? Look at Daniel chapter 6. I want to look at another story about a lion in the Bible and how these lions were handled, so we can get some clues and insight and wisdom and gain some experience on handling our lives. Daniel chapter 6. Give you a chance to get there. Daniel 6, verse 4. The vice regents and governors got together to find some old scandal or skeleton in Daniel's life that they could use against him. But they couldn't dig up anything. Let me stop there and just put your finger there. Pause a moment. How many of those people are always out against you? How many of those, there are people that try to dig things up on you. There are people that try to find scandals and old skeletons. How many knows that we all have skeletons? Amen? There are some people who don't. God bless you. But some of us do. The thing is, they're always trying to dig these things up. You know why most of them do that? To try to make themselves feel okay. They want to try to bring you down so they can feel okay about themselves. Did you know that? That's usually the most reason they do that. Unless they're after your job or something, then they're trying to take you down. But listen to what it says about Daniel. It says he was totally exemplary and trustworthy. They could not find any evidence of negligence or misconduct. Man, that's awesome, isn't it? So they finally gave up and said, I love this. I love this. We are never going to find anything against Daniel unless we can cook up something religious. We're going to have to make this something religious that goes against him, because we can't find anything bad on him. So we're going to have to make up something good that will go against him. I think that, I read a card once or a statement, or heard somebody say something that if they took you to court for being a Christian, could they find enough evidence on you to convict you? Let that sink in. If they arrested you for being a Christian and took you to court, could they find enough evidence to convict you? It goes on to say the viceroys and governors conspired together. Then they went to the king and said, King Darius, live forever. We've convened your viceroys and your governors and all your leading officials, and have agreed that the king should issue the following decree. Oh, these guys are smart, aren't they? For the next 30 days, no one is to pray to any god or mortal except you, O king. And anyone who disobeys should be thrown into the lion's den. Issue this decree, O king, and make it unconditional, as if written in stone, like all the laws of the Medes and the Persians. King Darius signed the decree. When Daniel learned that the decree had been signed and posted, he continued to pray, just like he'd always done. His house had windows in the upstairs that opened toward Jerusalem, and 3 times a day. How many of us are praying 3 times a day? I said 3 times a day. He knelt there in prayer, thanking and praising his God. You know, there are people today that are praying 3 times a day religiously, even of those who are not alive anymore. The conspirators came and, as they were looking for it, found him praying, asking God for help. They went straight to the king. Can you believe that? And reminded him of the royal decree that he signed. Did you not, they said, sign a decree forbidding anyone to pray to any god or man except you for the next 30 days? And anyone caught doing it would be thrown in the lion's den. Absolutely, said the king. Written in stone, like all the laws of the Medes and the Persians. Then they dropped it. Daniel, one of the Jewish exiles, ignores you, O king, and defies your decree. 3 times a day he prays. At this, the king was very upset. He tried his best to get Daniel out of the fix he put him in, because he loved Daniel. He worked at it all day long. I mean, he's walking the floors trying to figure out this palace. How can I get Daniel out of this? How can I turn this thing around? But then the conspirators were back. Hey, king, remember? It's the law of the Medes and the Persians that you decreed could never be changed. Finally, the king caved in. He ordered Daniel brought and thrown into the lion's den. But listen to this. He said to Daniel, your God to whom you are so loyal is going to get you out of this. Can you imagine a pagan king, just because he respected Daniel for what he believed, because he was a man of integrity. He was a good man. He was a man of excellence. A man with a high reputation that could be trusted. This king said that God is going to get you out of this. I mean, that's pretty good, man, when you got the pagans in them with you. Amen? O king, the stone slab was placed over the opening of the den. That reminds me of a stone being rolled over a tomb one time, isn't it? The king sealed the cover with a signet ring and the signet rings of all his nobles. Fixing Daniel's face. The king went back to his palace. He refused supper. He couldn't sleep. He spent the night fasting. At daybreak, the king got up and hurried to the lion's den. As he approached the den, he called out anxiously, Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God whom you serve so loyal saved you from the lions? Daniel shouted out, King, live forever. My God sent his angel, who closed the mouths of the lions so they would not hurt me. I have been found innocent before God and before you, O king. I have done nothing to harm you. When the king heard these words, he was happy. He ordered Daniel taken up out of the den, and when he was hauled up, there wasn't a scratch on him. Kind of like the 3 Hebrew children Nebuchadnezzar threw in the furnace. They couldn't even smell smoke on him. Amen? Daniel had trusted his God. But, you know, there's a flip side to every story, isn't there? Then the king commanded that the conspirators who had informed on Daniel be thrown into the lion's den, along with their wives and children. Listen to this. Before they even hit the floor, the lions had them in their jaws, tearing them to pieces. In other words, They could have done the same thing to Daniel. From this encounter with lions, Daniel teaches us some powerful lion killing truths. Number one is this. You're taking notes, I hope you are. Lion killers, no, they don't face lions when they face them. You're not facing the lion when you face them. Everything that comes against me or everything that comes against you, we're not really facing that when we face it. Pastor John has lost his mind. See, most people usually focus on Daniel's courage in the lion's den. But you know what? It doesn't say anything about his courage in the lion's den. It just says he was thrown in and he was pulled out. There's not one word that says anything about how he was in that den. We don't really know if he was brave in that den or not. He could have spent the evening cowered up, crouched in the corner, for all we know. Of course, the greatest pictures I've ever seen of it shows the lions all around Daniel, and he's laying on the slab there asleep. You see, why is that? Because Daniel wasn't facing lions when he was in the lion's den. He faced the lions before he ever faced them. I said he faced the lions before he ever faced them. See, we try to be like Daniel in the lion's den. If we're going to be lion killers, then we've got to be like Daniel, the way he was before the lion's den. We've got to be a people of integrity, believers who actually believe, who pray every day and walk in integrity. You know what integrity is? The greatest description of integrity, the greatest definition of integrity is that there's nobody around. And you walk by and you see a piece of paper on the floor and you pick it up and throw it away. You're willing to do whatever is right, no matter who else is around or not around. We've got to become like Daniel, where we serve our community and we serve God in the middle of our community, in every aspect of our life. See, too many people wait till bad things happen, and then all of a sudden, oh, I got to get this faith going. Oh, God, I got to develop a prayer life. Oh, I got to start reading the Word. No, you should have already been doing that before the lion came. Don't wait on the lion to come. You've got to do it before the lions come. See, Daniel's den experience turned out the way it did because of his daily, ordinary, diligent prayer life and faith. That he used it every day, in everything. And it didn't matter if it was a bad day. It didn't matter if it was a boring day. It didn't matter if it's one of those, I just don't feel like it kind of days. He prayed anyways. He prayed anyways. See, impossible odds. When it looks impossible, it's just God set up the stage for a miracle. Isn't that why God kept having Gideon take down the soldiers? He kept removing them, taking them down, fewer and fewer. Isn't that why they kept heating up the fiery furnace 7 times hotter than ever before? Isn't that why he didn't show up until Lazarus had been in the grave 4 days dead? Why? To make sure that no man could take the credit. Only he would get the glory. See, I think most people want a lion's den experience. We want God to come through for us in big ways, don't we? I want to see God do some big stuff. Amen? I want to see miracles happening in God's people. But see, most people run away. And they haven't proven their faith in everyday life, let alone facing a life. And we haven't put ourselves in the place to where we're praying. We're praying so the anointing is growing. We're praying for the manifest presence of the Holy Spirit every time we come together or wherever we go. See, you're not going to see God come through in big ways financially in your life if you're not even able to give 10%. You can't trust Him with that. We're not going to see God come through in big ways, even in increased favor at work, because we separate God from our work. We're somebody different when we're at work. Huh? That's for at home or at church. We're not going to see God do some powerful things in our schools because we're living in such a way that nobody even knows we're Christian. Because they can't tell us different from anybody else. They don't hear us talking any different. They don't see us acting any different. They don't hear us talking about God differently than anybody else. And when the world stands up talking against Him, you sit down and shut up. Anybody with me? Number 2 thing is this. Brings me to this point. Lying killers understand they are living a watched life. The Bible declares that Daniel's enemies were always watching him. You know, you have people that are always watching you. Always, isn't that wonderful to know? Watching you. Some are watching you to try to find a way to accuse you. Let me tell you something, this come home to me in a big way. When I've been saved a year. And I was out with this relative of mine. I won't say who it was. I was out running around with this relative of mine who drank, but I hadn't. I hadn't drank, had used drugs for over a year. And we're out and about, we're going by to get a pizza. And he says, "Here, John, let me buy you a beer." I said, "I don't drink anymore, man. I don't think it's right." "No, let me buy you one." No. And he kept on. And finally I said, "Well, it's not a big deal. Here, give me one, and I'll take a sip. And I'll show you it's not a big deal." And he bought me one, and I took a sip, and he started laughing. He said, "See, I got the Christian to sin. I got you." And I said, "Yeah, you did. Yeah, not again. Yeah, you did." And that come home to me as it would be. Huh? There are people out to get you, man, because they want to pull you down to their level to make themselves feel okay. See, here's something I've always said over the years. Your message will always be caught before it's taught. People watch you more than they hear you. But as they watch you, and the more you're showing who you are, then the more they're listening to what you have to say. What I love that the Bible says about Daniel, they couldn't find anything in his life worthy of digging up. He was totally pure and trustworthy. Like I said, and it became very apparent to these people watching Daniel, there was nothing. Daniel had lived to such a level of excellence that they had to work at putting together a good lie and conspiracy to even try and get him in trouble, which ended up coming back to bite them in the rear big time. Amen. And so they make up this stuff. The thing is, I love what the Bible says about Daniel. Yet he still prayed. That's real courage. That's real faith. That even when nobody else is, or even when it's against the law, he still prays. See, I'll obey the laws of my land until they come in conflict with the laws of God. And that's when I follow God. And not the land. Do you hear me? It was courage and it was faith that became the setup for God's display of faith. Let me give you something more modern. With his hands tied behind his back, a man by the name of J.W. Tucker, who was the Assembly of God missionary, was brutally beaten with broken bottles. And after torturing Tucker, 60 more of his Christian friends, those that had captured them threw them in a crocodile-infested Mamona Candy River for them to be eaten alive. It wasn't ISIS, it wasn't Al-Qaeda who claimed responsibility. This took place in 1964, November, by Congolese rebels. See, our natural instinct is to really feel sorry for Tucker, whose earthly life as a missionary was cut short. See, life can't be cut short when it's given for eternity. Of course, I have a holy empathy for his wife and his children who survived this attack. Angeline, who wrote a book about this, lost her husband. Johnny Carroll in Melbourne lost her father. Heaven gave her healing. The church gave her healing. But in the grand scheme of God's good, pleasing, and perfect will, eternal gain infinitely offsets the earthly gain. Listen to me. God doesn't promise us a happily ever after. He promises so much more than that. But a happily forever after. See, it wasn't an uncalculated risk that led J.W. Tucker into the Congo during a civil war. He counted the cost, even with his missionary friend, Morris Potts. And Potts tried to convince his friend. He said, if you go in, he even pleaded with him, J.W., don't go in. Because if you go in, you won't come out. It's probably one of the greatest sayings, statements that's ever been made that I've heard at many pastor conferences. That J.W. Tucker said, God didn't tell me I had to come out. He only told me I have to go in. He never told me I had to come out. He only told me I have to go in. Did you hear Daniel say the same thing? See, we celebrate Daniel because he came out of the lion still alive. And that's an amazing feat. But Daniel had no guarantees. Daniel didn't know the rest of the story that we know. It's not the coming out that's the miracle. It's not the coming out that's the courage that takes courage. It's the going in. It's not, I pray every once in a while. It's that, man, I'm giving time through my day, every day as a believer, believing God and praying and reading the Word. That's what takes courage. 2 days after J.W. Tucker's death, Belgian paratroopers came in and rescued the family, and then an Air Force C-130 came in and lifted him up to bring him safely back to America. Angeline's heart, his wife, was grieved beyond words. She said, I was stricken to the core of my being. But she gave God praise as they flew over the exact spot her husband was eaten and tortured. I want to read her prayer to you, that she prayed 20,000 feet above that roof, having just lost her husband in a horrific, tragic way. Oh, Father, we do thank you for all your goodness and love and many blessings. We love you and praise thee for thy care. And through these many difficult days, thou hast watched over us and kept us. Now you have truly delivered us out of the lion's den. We praise thee and we thank thee for it. And that we ask you, Lord, take my husband Jay's life, which has been laid down, and use it in death for your honor and glory. I have a hard time just reading that now. I could imagine being the spouse praying in that moment. My prayer would be more, wipe them out. For 30 years, if I say 30 years, 30 years, it seemed like J.W. Tucker's sacrifice was for nothing. But in a very unique way, God answered that woman's prayer. The Bomaconde River runs through the middle of an unreached people group. And I don't know if it's how you say it, called the Mangbetu tribe. And during a time of civil unrest, the Mangbetu king appealed to the government for help. They sent a man known as the brigadier, a policeman, that just so happened to have been led to the Lord by J.W. Tucker 2 months before he was killed. His efforts to share the gospel with his tribe failed until he discovered an ancient tribal tradition, which was, if the blood of any man flows in the Bomaconde River, you must listen to his message. The brigadier gathered all the elders, gathered all the men, and he said, there is a man whose blood flowed in this river. He said, some time ago, this man was killed, and his body was thrown into the Bomaconde River. The crocodiles in this river ate him up. His blood flowed in your river. But before he died, he left me a message. And this message concerns God's Son, the Lord Jesus Christ, who came to this world to save people who were sinners. He died for the sins of this world. He died for my sins. He died for your sins. I received this message, and it changed my life. At that moment, many members of the tribe began to fall on their knees, giving their lives to Jesus Christ. Since that day, thousands of the two tribe leaders have come to the faith of Christ. And there are dozens of churches now in that region because of a man whose blood flowed in the Bomaconde River named J.W. Thomas. Because of one man's sacrifice. Because one man was willing to go in. It's never for nothing. It never is. Every prayer will be answered. Every sacrifice will be honored. Every good deed will be rewarded. And every seed of faith will always bear fruit. See, it's always important to know the courage is not the coming out. The courage is when you go in. When you go out, Jesus said go. See, the courage is in the going. But Jesus will handle the coming out. Amen? But see, we've got to go out, and we've got to be a people of prayer. We've got to become a people of God's Word. We've got to become witnesses of who God is. These seats will never fill themselves unless there's some of us going out and really trying to fill them. It's the going out that takes the courage. It's the going out. See, we've got to keep alert. We've got to keep our minds clear. Brothers and sisters, we've got to keep killing it in prayer. We've got to keep killing it in prayer. We've got to keep killing it in prayer and in His Word. Amen? Couldn't kill every thought just for a moment. It's important to remember that our life is on this path. Your testimony is everything. Your testimony is everything. How you live your life every day counts. Paul demanded us to be careful how we live. Paul said, be careful how you walk. Why? Your life is like an epistle. It's being read by men. But don't know Jesus. That's why he said, be sober. Never hurt. Why? Because the enemy's looking for anything that he can exploit against you. Just to try to bring you down. Look at you. Father, in Jesus' name. Lord, I pray right now, give us wisdom. Let this be a reminder to us, Lord, that we have a responsibility in this world. Not only to ourselves, but to everyone around us. That we are here to serve. We are here to manifest who you are. That you have ever believed in us. That you have called us to go. You have called us to go out. To be of great courage. You'll take care of the coming out. Because you said that as they went, you followed us. Father, today I pray in the name of Jesus Christ, we need to begin to go. We need to begin to reach and touch lives. We need to forget about what people think about us. What people say about us. What people try to do to us. We need to quit thinking about what shape our lives are in. We're thinking about the obstacles, the circumstances, and the situations that are hitting us. Because I know if I'm about the Father's business, He'll take care of my business. If I'm about his business. Father, I ask you right now, make this real inside each and every one of us. Make this real. That our relationship with you and your people is a very real thing. And we have a very real calling on every one of our lives to go. To go. Every head bowed, every eye closed. So I want to ask you today, will you go? Will you go and bring? Will you go and bring people? Not being ashamed of the gospel, ashamed of where you are. Will you go and bring? And not worry about what people think of you. Say about you. Will you go and bring without worrying about what you're going through right now? You're going to go here. When you begin to go, you might be amazed at what begins to come out. And what begins to happen in your situations and circumstances. But it's time. I'm telling you, God's calling us, church. It's time to do war. It's time to fight. That was on. The lions are roaming. They're free. You look at the ripple strings, you know they came. You gotta stand up. You gotta get the word of God in you. You gotta be a people of prayer. You gotta be a people of worship. Your strength comes from you. Your strength doesn't come from your physical person. Your strength doesn't come from fighting some kind of battle from your flesh. You fight from your spirit, man. And we don't fight like others. We fight by sweet. We fight by loving. We fight by prayer. Amen? Father, in Jesus' name, Lord, let courage arise inside our warriors. Let courage begin to rise inside each and every one of us. To know. Jeremiah said it this way. He said, consecrate yourselves. You'll begin to see God do some amazing things. Consecrate your church. We got to give ourselves to this. And then do everything. Amen? That's my challenge to you this week. I challenge you, each and every one of you, to go after people this week. I double dog to start reaching out to waiters and waitresses, those that wait at you to check out lines, those that you run into at your football game, your soccer games, your art festivals, people you run into at the grocery store. Wherever you are, I'm calling you. I'm not calling you to be irritating. I'm calling you to be loving, sweet. Find ways to serve others. Find ways to bless others. And then be a voice. Invite people to church. And the best way to invite someone to church is say, I haven't got to know you real good. Why don't you come to church and we go out to eat? Or why don't you come to church and come to my house to eat? Huh? We start reaching out to others that are new. Church, we need to start reaching out to others that are new in the congregation, we as leaders, to start helping disciple, bring them up, and tag them in, connect them. Amen? Start to do that. Would you get anything out of this? I love you today. There ain't nothing you can do about that. I love you more. I have a greater capacity. Amen. But don't forget, it's going to be a great week. You're going to have a wonderful week. You're going to have a blessed week. You're going to have a strong week. You're going to have a big financial week. Some of you are going to receive blessings this week you weren't expecting. Money's going to come to some of you guys, some of you ladies this week, that you weren't expecting. People are going to hand money to you. People are going to buy things for you this week. I declare jobs are going to come in. And some of you guys own your own businesses, but you definitely were not expecting that to happen. Raises and promotions are coming to you this week. You need to be looking for it. No, I'm serious. You need to be looking for it. You need to be expecting it. You need to be believing God for it. Amen? I speak that over you right now.